Hey everybody, James here, Black Wolf Outdoors. As you can see from my post, I came out, I worked on the mower, and I got good 45 minutes, 45 and a half minutes video, and I didn't have enough storage space on my phone or something, I don't know what it was. So I tried moving everything to SD card, and long story short, wound up deleting everything I had on my phone, all my pictures and videos and everything that I had saved that I wanted to keep. Yeah. So I guess make a shorter video, and I guess I'll try and remember everything I was talking about and show you pretty much everything I did real quick. Give me 1 second. All right, so as you can see, we got some work done. First off, I dropped the automatic transaxle out of this mower, and tomorrow I'll be getting out to start taking that transaxle, which is a manual shift transaxle, take that one off to get it ready to be moved over here. Now, a trick to getting a little more speed out of these things, because normal running speed of these things, like maxed out around 7 mile an hour or something like that. On the automatic transaxle, it's got a fan in the way, but underneath the fan, there's a small pulley right here. Now, it's bolted in, but if the shaft is the same size in this transaxle, then I should be able to pull that pulley off of there and put it on here, removing this larger one, and that should increase the speed a little bit. Because the trick to gaining speed out of these things is what you call a pulley swap. You take the larger pulley from here and you put a smaller one on. And then on the bottom of the engine, you would have a small pulley. You'd want to put a bigger one on. And I've seen videos of people that have got their mowers up to 50, 60 some odd mile an hour. I'm not trying to do that much. I would like to get about 25, 30 out of it, and I'll be happy with that. All right, so the automatic transaxle, as you can see, you had a reverse, neutral, and then speed shifting. Automatic lawnmower. This one here, you have reverse, neutral, and you have gears. So I can actually switch between each individual gear. Which helps for different, different occasions, different reasons. I'm going to be taking this body off and putting it onto that frame. There's not really much else on here. I may be taking the foot pads, or whatever you call them, foot plate, and kind of welding them up to make them into a front fender over the front wheels. Just basically a mud guard. For those of you know, for the mower builds or anything else, this is what you call a Gen 2 steering. You got your steering wheel, runs down to your shaft here. There's a gear down here. and it runs across the teeth right here. So when I turn this, it turns that, which turns the wheels. The older or undesirable method of that is the Gen 1 steering. Those get really loose, they get floppy, they strip, they don't work. Also, I have the lower grade front end. That's just kind of a hollow metal. But I do have a cast iron front end, front axle, that I'm going to be swapping off another mower onto this one. Right now the carburetor is removed because it is bad. We did have the mower running, but I don't know, didn't clean the carburetor. This thing was in a flood. It was underwater for a while. But we kind of, we pulled it out. We drained the water, but we didn't really mess with the carburetor that much. Wanted to get some stuff down in it, and it messed something up. We can't figure it out. We took it apart. We cleaned it, and still couldn't get anything going. So I need to get a new carburetor, and then should be running again. Had to steal the ignition switch for mower down there that we actually use for mowing lawn with. Their LT1000 right there. So instead of that, I'm going to remove this console, and I'm going to replace it with this console because it has an ignition switch, which hopefully it works. I don't know yet. If it does, then we saved right there. If not, then I need to get a new ignition switch for this thing. I'm going to I'm going to have to order a front pulley for this thing, a larger front pulley to fit on the 1-inch diameter shaft of the engine. I'll have to figure out belt size and order a belt. I kind of want to try and figure out somehow, some way, if possible, to get a larger gas tank. Oh, okay, that's on the ground. That's the one that came out of it. Probably about a 1.5 gallon, 2 gallon tank. I'd like to try and get a little bit bigger. If not, then I'll just deal with what I got. Let's see. Fuel filter. It's a little messed up, twisted, trying to get hoses off. So need to get a new one of those. Starter solenoid is okay. It's got some rust on it, needs to be cleaned up. Need to clean this all out a little better. Tomorrow I'm going to try and come out here, work on getting this whole console area here off. So get that stuff cleaned, and then get that one off of there so I can get it over here. Looks like it should just bolt right up. Everything looks the same. Yeah, I think that it should just bolt right up over here. Work on getting that off. Make sure it's going to mount up or match up with the brackets, because you got these brackets that the axle itself bolts to, and then there's right here, there's another brace piece that would hold the bolt right here of this transaxle. The brace piece in here is a little different. Kind of see it down there. It kind of sets across like this. whereas this one goes in angle across instead of going straight across. So try and get the brackets moved over. It should go in. There's extra holes and stuff in there to accommodate for different styles. So try and get that moved over. I may kick out the welder, hit up a couple strengthening welds. I want to weld this, the back plate, weld it on so it's a little stronger. I ain't gonna worry about it shaking loose or falling off. If these are in the proper spot, give them a weld. Give them a weld to make sure it stays on. Weld this bracket in place just to help stiffen it up. And then up here, you just kind of got a lap joint or whatever you want to call it, where this bolt holds this together. So give that a weld. Those are all things to strengthen the frame, the body, so it doesn't shake apart as easy. Makes it a little tougher. I believe that's about all that I had for that. Oh, cut myself pretty good while I was working on it. I had this little pin that I was pulling out from the brake linkage, and basically the pliers I had a hold of it, and I was pulling, and the pliers slipped off the pin, and my hand went across right here. That is a groove in the axle where you have the little cotter keys go in. These things. And apparently the edges of that groove is razor sharp. Laid me open pretty good. A bunch of Kool-Aid leaked out. But got patched up. This finger, like the pinky, was from like the top of the knuckle all the way around the side, cut open. I had to super glue it closed. The other finger, just a little nick on the top of the knuckle, not too bad. Yeah, those are the tires. I had to put that 2x4 in between them and use that hammer to tap on the face of the axle while I was prying to get that to come loose. It took a little bit because there's some rust. They obviously ain't been out off in quite a while. I may try to do a little modification. You basically you take a larger diameter bolt, you cut the head off of it, and then you weld it to the front of the little axle shaft right here, and then you can accommodate like the rear tire onto the front, so it makes a larger tire on the front, as you can see. But on the back, since I'm going to be using this transaxle, it's got larger tires already. So larger tires on the back, and then try to get these on the front. For now, it's just going to be the small ones until I can get that modification done to fit those on. So stuff to look for down the road. Let's see here. Still got tools everywhere. Like today, right now, it's quite cold. Tomorrow, it's supposed to be up in the 50s. So decently warm for this time of year. These things have a pedal right here that is a clutch and brake pedal. I'm going to try to modify to where that is only for the clutch. And then I'll just be using this, which used to be the mower deck selector. This would be my brake. So you'd basically pull it up for brake to brake. And then if I want to put it in parking brake, I'll have that notch it locks into. I have to remove all the rest of the notches though to get to work properly. So it'll have a parking brake and it'll have just a regular braking. I just have to hook this linkage to this on the area where it used to raise and lower the blade. Seeing it done in videos, it don't look too hard, but I don't know if I have the right materials to be able to be cutting and fabricating that in. Don't know yet. Okay. Okay. So that works. That should all bolt up. All right, I think that's about it. Give me 1 second. All right, I think that's going to be it for this video. Like I said, just want to run you guys over what I've done so far. Sorry I couldn't get the video posted. I really wanted to, but things happen. My luck is just ain't the greatest. But that's an update for now. Sorry you didn't get to actually see the fun and joy of everything I did, because I had some pretty good content, pretty good detail. But yeah, tomorrow hopefully I'll be able to get all the videos done, or videoing done, and be able to upload it without any problems. So check back. Like, I don't know if I'm going to upload it tomorrow. I'm going to video it tomorrow. It may be later on in the week when I upload it, but keep an eye out, and I'll see you then. Thank you all for stopping in. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, all that cool stuff. And I'll catch you on the next one.